Hello YouTube viewers. Today I will do a quick review and just my opinion on my 6-hour P226. I do have a couple of talking points as far as reliability, usability, and ease of care. Um, so let's just go straight at it. Here is the P226, and it is trigger locked. I'm going to go and take that off for you. And this is the P226, the older model made in West Germany. This is my father's gun. It's kind of a hand-me-down. Um, and I'm glad actually I got this model because this model comes with a 15-round high-capacity magazine, which is now illegal in California. Yeah, so this gun was purchased before the ban. So basically I still have the 15-round capacity. I'm very happy with that because it does reassure you quite a bit to have 15 instead of 10. Although, realistically 3 or 4 is all you're really going to need, but, you know, just to have 15 is always good. As far as reliability goes, this has been in the family for roughly 24-ish years. This is what I actually learned how to shoot on. I mean, I did shoot smaller calibers, the Beretta 25, but then this is the primary gun to shoot. So since that 24 some odd years, several thousand rounds have been shot out of this. Several thousand, no modifications, no breaks, no failure to ejects, no jams. Amazing. Amazing. And if I were to ballpark it, I'll say around 3,000 to 4,000 rounds. So as far as reliability goes, that covers that. I mean, to shoot several thousand rounds out of an auto pistol and never have a jam, never have problems with it. And mind you, I do take very good care of it. I do clean it every time I use the gun, as you should. And I do lube it up. There's still some lube on it that I took it out not too long ago, and I went and lubed it up again. Cleaned it and lubed it. I'll break it down for you and see and show you how to field strip and clean. And this is just like an overview. I'm not going to go into details about it, but very good gun to have. My favorite, actually, and let me tell you a couple other things. I prefer this gun over a Glock or a Kimber 1911. I'll tell you why. It's because show you it is empty. Empty. Nothing in the barrel. Okay, and I will show you why I prefer this over the Glocks or the Kimbers or any such gun like that. Glock, because it has that little striker pin. To have one in the chamber, the gun has to be cocked. It does have the match trigger, which is kind of like a safety on it, but still, you know, things could go wrong and accidental discharges happen. And I have a little story for you on that. This is a snap cap, by the way. Go ahead and pop 2 in there. Show you how it feeds and ejects. But story, a friend of mine, he's very experienced with firearms. He went around and was showing people how to clean their guns for some time. And he has 20 some odd years, roughly the same as me. And he went to a house, a resident, and he was showing how to clean a 22 auto pistol, and he had no trigger time on it, had no idea how to take it down. So he was reading the manual, and he was following the manual word for word. And that 22 auto pistol required you to pull the trigger for you to take the slide off. So, I mean, same with the Glocks, you have to pull the trigger, and then the XDs. Not a big problem. So he did what he does all the time, which is he takes out the magazine, he racks the rail, I say like 4 or 5 times, and then he says, okay, it's cleared. And the person that he was instructing, per se, not really instructing, but just showing, told him that the chamber was clean, and he made sure all the guns were clean, and there were kids running around playing with the guns. I'm say 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, and they were all empty, and they were just running around. It was in the kitchen. So even after that, he still checked. He still racked 2-3 times, and while he was racking, he was trying to look down the chamber. But that particular model, it's kind of hard to see the barrel. So he assumed it was empty, and he went and pointed to the side. The husband was to the right, and the wife was in front. So he did point it away from people, towards the couch, and he took out the pin, right down, and he was ready to pull the trigger. As soon as he pulled the trigger, there was a bullet in the chamber that was jammed from the previous shooting. It was very hard to see. I mean, it's really not his fault, but he should have checked the chamber. That actually was his fault ultimately, but I mean, it could happen to anybody. And with someone that has as much experience as he has, and if he can make that mistake, then so could anyone else. So always rack, lock, and check the chamber. Just because you rack it a couple times, it doesn't mean that the barrel is going to be empty of a bullet. So with that being said, it's very important to always keep the gun, always assume the gun is loaded, and check the magazine to see if it's out, rack the gun a few times, and always check down the barrel. That's very important. I just want to get that out to everybody. So back to my opinion, or my my thoughts on the P226. It is my favorite gun. And this is the steel body gun. The older models come steel. I believe the newer ones have polymer frames, but they still have the steel slides. I went to the gun shop and I was checking them out, and they run for about $1,100. So it is a pricey gun. I mean, you could pick up a Glock 9mm, probably like $550, $600. You could pick the XDs for around $600, and by far, this is a little bit more pricey as far as gun-wise goes, but worth it. It's worth every penny. I've had no problems with this gun, like I said before. I shoot everything out of this. I shoot reloads and manufacturing bullets. Here is usually what I use at the shooting range is it's a full metal jacket, ball bullet, and what I have loaded in the magazine is the same one as my other video, the Golden Saber Remington Plus P high performance jacket. And the reason why I prefer this bullet because of the high performance jackets. It does mushroom a lot better, in my opinion. So. Reliability good. Usability as far as ease of use. Okay, very simple. You could be a novice and run through this, field strip it, clean it, put it back together, and have years and years. If anything, it'll outlive you. As long as you maintain properly, which they made it very easy. As far as if you try to take out part of 1911, it's gonna be a bit confusing. You're gonna have a little bit of a hard time if you're a novice, and especially the tools you have to use and all that. So, great gun. I'm going to go ahead and field strip it for you and show you how to do that. This is the decocker, so if you were to rack and it was cocked and you have a round in the chamber, you can go ahead and decock it. I'm going to show you this too. I have 2 snap caps in here loaded and show you why this is such a useful tool. You have one and you'll see it feed. It feeds perfect every time. Now, one's in the chamber and your gun is cocked. You wouldn't want to carry it around like that. I mean, you could tap the trigger by accident, like tap, tap, and it could go off. For concealed carry or just for home use, you wouldn't want that to happen. So what you could do is you could decock it. Now, if you had a full set of 15 rounds, you could pop it back out, put another round in, pop it back in, and you'll have 15 plus 1, and they're going to be decocked. Very good. If you had to use it very quickly, you don't have to rack it again because this is a double action gun. You just pull the trigger and bang, it will go off. If there was a live round, then it'd rack back, it would eject, feed another bullet in, and you could keep going bang bang after that. The first pull is going to be a little heavy, but I mean, once it's cocked, it's just, I mean, very little tension you gotta put, and then it will snap. I'm not sure exactly how many pounds, but I'm gonna assume it's gonna be 5. Great gun. Love it. I'll always love it. This will always be my first choice. Caliber, not my first choice, but gun-wise, first choice. And if I could save up some more money, then I would want to get the same gun in a 45. But I mean, this is more than adequate as far as that goes. The ejection, flawless. I mean, not even sure if you can see that. It just popped out so quick. The takedown. So this is the slide lock, and you just pull back and lift up the slide lock. And if you lift that up with your thumb, then it's gonna stay locked. And then you have your takedown lever right here. And all you do is you pull down the takedown lever to 90 degrees. I'll show you that. I'll try to look for a snap cap. There it is. Once that's done, you want to hold the slide. You don't want to shoot forward, right? Hold the slide and press down on your takedown lever. And once you have it that, it just comes right off. Very easy. Once you have the body off, you have your guide rod and your guide rod spring and your barrel. Very easy. All you do is you push down on the guide rod and you lift it up, and it's going to come right out. And you could take the spring out of the guide rod if you like, and you could put it in the other way. It goes in either or, so it's not confusing to put back together. It does hold in place once you put it in. And the barrel is just as easy. Just lift up, forward, up, and then back out. And it's all looped up. I'm not sure if you can see the gloss on that, but. And this, the last time I took it out, I didn't lube right here, and so there is a little bit of scarring there, but not a big issue. Gun still functions perfectly. And you're completely fuel stripped. To clean the gun, you would want to get a cleaner like a Hops. If this is a polymer frame, then you don't want to use a solvent, but you could use a stop guard or whatever it's called. But since this is a metal frame, I use like a Hops or any kind of solvent, and I go in and I wipe down pretty much everything I can get my hands on. And I wipe it down, and then I dry it off, and I put some lube on it. So I go ahead and put right now I'm using the Gunslick lube with the Gunslick solvent, but I used to use the hoppers and, you know, hoppies or whatever you call it. So this is all lubed up and ready to go. Once that's done, I go ahead and go to the slide, and then I clean out the where the firing pin is with the brush, the metal brush. I'll just clean it out real quick like this, and then go around with the brush inside the slide, and then get the solvent with cloth, and I'll go ahead and go around it again, and then I'll lube it up, and I lube the rails, and then I basically lube pretty much everything, and I wipe it down. You know. After that's done, you have the barrel. You just get a brush, like a barrel brush, and you just shove it in and out with some solvent on it. And then you get the cloth with a little bit of solvent, and you go in and out again. Then you want to grease up the outside of the barrel a little bit, where any moving part you want to grease. Just not close to the firing pin, but everywhere else, you know, you're pretty much safe. I go ahead and put a drop where the hammer goes, and then I'll put some lube right here where the rail touches, and you can see that it's clean. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it is clean. And there was one point when we did go camping and we went to a shooting range, and for about a week we were shooting this gun without cleaning it, and it did not jam up, did not have any problems. I mean, after the week we did take it apart and give it a good cleaning, but it did not have any problems. You know, 1 week of hard using every day at the range, and no problems. Okay, I should show you how to put it back together. It's actually just as simple. You go the other way around. You put the barrel back in, you put it in the hole, and you drop it down. And once it goes down like this, you just push it up and it'll lock in place. And after that, you just put the spring in. You push it in and you lock it at this little notch right here. I'll show you. That little notch right there, you want to lock it kind of perfect and straight. No, it doesn't have to be absolutely straight. It'll straighten out once you put in the slide, but always a good idea to have it as straight as you can. I know that XDs, if you don't have it straight, well, what I've seen on other videos is the slide gets stuck back and you gotta hammer it back into place, and I'd rather be safe than sorry, right? It's a very easy process. Once you got that, you just put it back in. Pull it back and hold the slide lock up again. Put this back to the lock position and pull down. You are done. You're ready to go. Go ahead and declock that if you'd like. This one does have a laser, proprietary to sauer P226. I did not put this on. My father put it on, and I do not know how to take it off. It's a little bit confusing. There's no button to eject. You know, there's no eject little switch you press. I believe, from me just looking at it, there's a screw down here and a screw right here, and they're angled up, I guess, to screw into the frame. I guess you take those screws out and kind of wiggle it out. It is pretty tight in there, and I believe you have to take this screw out too because the laser kind of covers the trigger right there. So I leave that on there. I don't use it at all. I don't need it. The sight's on it's perfect. I mean, it's a little cup shape with a white dot and another white dot at the end. Let me see if I could get you a better. Well, you can see the two white dots right there. Let me see if I could aim it up for you. There you go. So just aim at whatever you want to aim at. Let me see. And bang. See? That's it. Very easy. If you are new to firearms, this is probably one of the ones you should get. It's easier to take down, easier to clean. Same with the Glocks, just as easy. Just you gotta pull the trigger. The XDs, just as easy. You gotta pull the trigger. Revolvers, even easier, but you know you have the high capacity magazine. Plus, I have another magazine, so reloading this would be a breeze. I do have a speed loader for my revolver, but I'd much prefer semi-auto as far as firepower goes. So, thank you for watching. Please leave a comment.